Okay, I'm Gabby,
I'm Ari.
And I'm Allie.
and we're doing the James Webb Space Telescope. A little bit about our topic. The Webb Telescope studies every phase in the history of our universe and could help us discover more about the origins of our universe, as it can see all the way back to like the Big Bang Theory. Webb is folded to fit into the rocket as it's so big and has a 5-layer sun shield that protects it from the infrared radiation of the sun, Earth, and Moon. The telescope launched on December 25th, 2021, and arrived at L2, or the second Lagrange point, on January 24th, 2022. Unlike the Hubble Space Telescope that orbits the Earth, Webb orbits the Sun 1.5 kilometers away from Earth at L2. And Webb is the largest and most complex telescope ever launched into space and was being developed before the Hubble Space Telescope was launched. In the top right corner is a picture of the telescope, and then that's a mirror segment that was coated with gold.
What have astronomers learned recently? So recently, astronomers have discovered that they can see very distant galaxies, planets, and asteroids through the telescope. Astronomers can also tell the differences of planets' atmospheres by observing them through the telescope. Astronomers have been discovering black holes in the universe that no one would know about if we didn't have this telescope. In September of 2024, it was discovered that the James Webb Telescope could see methane and carbon dioxide in a planet called K2-18b. In February, astronomers discovered a small asteroid that is located between Jupiter and Mars. And the picture is an image that the telescope captured of a dying star.
Okay, and then questions that are still being asked. Of course, there's a lot of questions that are still out there, but regarding the actual telescope itself, there are still a lot of questions that are being speculated about that there's hopes that the telescope can now answer for scientists. One of the first ones is, what do the first stars look like? As sometimes you can't always see because they're so distant and small. There's a hope that the telescope is now able to look into galaxies that are distant and developed further in time, so that maybe we can get an idea of what they first looked like, as it goes back 700 million years ago and sometimes even further. Another question is, what other planets contain water? The telescope will now allow us to see planet forming regions around the stars. Again, because of the technology of the telescope, it'll be able to look into more depths of the stars in the way that they're formed and be able to see them in a way that scientists weren't able to see them before. And then lastly, what occurs on exoplanets? Certain exoplanets do remain still distant and too minuscule to see with the telescope, even though the technology is more advanced. However, it's now made possible to temporarily observe the brightness of these exoplanets using something called the transit method, where you can look at the brightness of exoplanets and see the way in which they move or other planets move in front of them. And then the image is the Webb that found a galaxy with an odd light signature, and it attributed to its gas outshining the stars.